Hello everyone, back tuning in today's first video, doing Snow Watch for today's first video. We're going to have a look at risk of more snow coming up to parts of England and Wales later on this afternoon and into this evening. That's going to be particularly focused on Wales, the Midlands, and possibly some parts of southeastern England as well, particularly East Anglia. So I'll talk you through what's happening there in a sec. I've got 3 videos coming today. We're starting off with Snow Watch. After that, we'll have JMA Friday with your month-end look ahead. That'll take us through the rest of March with Japanese CFS-V2 models. And then later on after that, have a look at the weather for the next week to 10 days. We'll go over everything that's been happening in terms of the beast from the east. And the beast from the east is beginning to show signs of fading now. It can take a long time to warm things up across Scotland, and we'll discuss that more in today's third and final video update. But kicking it all off is Snow Watch. So I'm going to begin by having a look at the latest situation in terms of the snow across the British Isles. Now, we had some very severe weather down in the southwest last night, so through parts of southwest Wales, into the southwestern parts of England, into southwest Midlands, exactly where we expected it. We really have taken a hammering of snow. There's huge drifts in places. Also, we have freezing rain, as we expected. Some places in the far southwest have had freezing rain as well, producing ice and glaze, and that very, very dangerous, hazardous weather element. So you do need to take care if you're watching this and you've got freezing rain going on outside. Just stay in, don't go anywhere near a road, particularly in your car, when you've got freezing rain taking place, because it is just about the most dangerous weather phenomena that we can get in the UK. So this is the latest situation. We've still got snow showers across the northern and eastern parts of Scotland. Generally, these snow showers are a lot lighter now, but there's still enough of them to be producing more centimetres of snow. Few snow flows running down the east coast. Actually, through much of this central swathe of the country, it's mostly dry, but of course very cold, bitterly cold, still with those easterly winds, which are a little bit lighter today compared to yesterday, but even so, they're still very, very bitter. Now, down in the south, we've got this area of mostly sort of wintry mix type conditions in the far south. So this is a mix of snow and also freezing rain, which is producing that ice, and then still snowing over across Ireland. If I add on the dew point, let's have a look at those, you'll see most parts of the country, whilst the dew point isn't anywhere near as severe as it was yesterday when it was down into minus double digits, still the dew points are several degrees below freezing, so it still is generally bitterly cold. Signs of a change show down in the very, very far southwest and tip of Cornwall, where the dew point has just gone to +1. And also down in the Channel Islands, the dew point is actually now up to +4 degrees. So that's telling us that very gradually, it's a slow old process, very gradually, milder air is starting to move out of France, heading up towards the UK, and this milder air will gradually start to inch its way north. It's a very slow process, but it will gradually start to inch its way northwards through the weekend, slowly bringing us out of the freezer. But for Scotland, actually, you're going to stay very cold until at least the early part of next week. So let's see what's happening today. Then these are the facts charts, which are human interpretations of models by forecasters at the UK Met Office. The basic situation is that we're still in a bitterly cold easterly wind. This was the fact chart 6 o'clock this morning. Still bitter easterly winds across the country. We've got this warm front down across the south coast, so that's the reason we're getting that wintry mix, because we've got warmer air a lot, but we know from the dew points it's still freezing down on the surface. So the warmer air aloft is producing rain, but as that rain falls down onto those frozen surfaces on the ground, with ground temperatures are still at or below freezing, that produces the freezing rain. Also got a cold front following along behind that warm front across the northern parts of France. That frontal system just there is what's produced all the heavy snow across Ireland. Now, this is how things look by midnight. Actually, this is how things look by midnight. And what's happened then is that the warm front and the cold front have occluded out. So by midnight, by this afternoon, this evening, we've got an occluded front pushing northwards, and that's going to primarily bring snow to Wales, the Midlands and East Anglia. Behind it, still a risk of a wintry mix of rain, sleet, snow, freezing rain and ice as well. And in front of it, we've still got that bitterly cold east wind with more snow showers for Scotland. By midday tomorrow, about a Occluded front is pushing up in towards northern England. It's a much weakening feature as it does so. It'll sort of be fizzing out as it comes along. And then we've got this next area of low pressure heading up from the south. This one mainly bringing rain, and I mean proper rain, not freezing rain, but proper rain, start washing away all the snow and ice across southern parts of the country through tomorrow afternoon. As it pushes north, it may produce a wintry mix through Wales and the Midlands, possibly East Anglia. Wouldn't rule out a little bit more sleet or very wet snow. Possibly a bit of freezing rain as well through those central areas tomorrow. And then by the time you get through to midnight on Sunday, these Occluded fronts are continuing to push northwards, and we are rapidly then starting to thaw things out in the south. And that trend should continue into the second half of the weekend. We're not talking about mild weather, it's still going to be pretty cold even on Sunday, but temperatures are starting to return back to more typical early March levels. And so by Sunday, that first Occluded front is up across the southern part of Scotland. The cold air is retreating, or the coldest air is retreating back to Scotland, across England and Wales. It's mostly been rain across England and Wales that we'll be looking at. This is how the GFS is seeing things. So this is 6 o'clock in the evening. Low pressure, which is the continuation, really, of Storm Emma. That's down to the southwest. Have these bitterly cold easterly winds across many central northern parts of the country. There's the upper air temperatures, showing that for the south, the upper air temperature is starting to lift up. But then it's still cold on the surface, so that's the reason that we've got that freezing rain and ice risk through Wales, the Midlands and East Anglia. We've still got the -5 Celsius ice firm there, so it is still cold enough for snow to be falling. Dew points, so this is interesting. The upper air temperatures, much of southern England, are lifting up, but the dew point, virtually down to the south coast at 6 o'clock this evening, is still at freezing. Just in the very, very far southwest is the dew point going above freezing, and in the Channel Islands. So again, that's the reason for the freezing rain and ice. It's colder on the surface than it is aloft. And you can either get snow or freezing rain in that kind of situation. So kind of a wintry mix of the south, but mostly primarily snow for Wales, the Midlands and East Anglia. There is that band of snow through Wales, the Midlands into East Anglia and southeastern parts of England at 6 o'clock this evening. Let's have a look at the precipitation type forecast from the Weather Outlook. So this is what was happening 9 o'clock this morning. Heavy snow focus on Ireland. Much patchier across Wales and southwest England with a wintry mix. A lot of freezing rain down in the south. Into this afternoon, we find a more defined band of snow beginning to develop as that Occluded front pushes northwards. And it's affecting Wales, the Midlands and over towards East Anglia and southeastern parts of England by 3 o'clock this afternoon. Again, freezing rain likely down on the south coast. That band of snow there at 6 o'clock in the evening, so quite a slow-moving snow band that we have through Wales and Midlands into parts of East Anglia. It's still there at 9 o'clock in the evening, not making much northward progress. That's telling us that the cold air is really struggling, or I should say the less cold air is really struggling to push northwards against the beast from the east, essentially. It's trying to get rid of it and push it out of the way, but it's really, really struggling. And so we just get this band of snow sitting here across Wales, the Midlands and East Anglia. That could, it's not especially heavy, it could clock up the snow totals because it's quite slow moving. So we might see 5 to 10 centimetres, I would have thought, 4 inches perhaps, across hillier parts of the Midlands and Wales in particular. Again, freezing rain is likely down in the far south and going towards general proper rain in the southwest by this evening. Midnight still there with that band of snow for Wales and Midlands and East Anglia, and then it does start pushing northwards in the early hours, but as it does so it begins to fizzle out. Behind that, likely to get a little bit of a thaw setting in down in the south, more rain coming in towards southwest England and the Channel Islands. And then through tomorrow we have that band of snow, which will be very light and patchy by then, across parts of northern England, maybe a little bit across the Northern Ireland. Still snow showers for Scotland. Then we've got another band of wet weather coming into the south, and that's just rain. I don't think that'll be freezing rain, producing ice and glaze. That should start to wash away a lot of the ice and snow down in far south and southwest. As it moves northwards, there is the suggestion, but it's turning a little bit wintry across Wales and the Midlands again. That's probably a wintry mix, and down into southeast. A bit of a wintry mix there of sleet, wet snow, possibly a little bit of freezing rain, particularly in the southeastern corner, could be possible at that point. Let's just see if we can find the dew point there. So if we can see the dew point, there we go, UK dew point. So I mean, the dew points are close to freezing still, really, through Wales and the Midlands. Down in the southeast, just going a little bit above freezing. But I do think there is the potential there for a little bit of freezing rain, perhaps tomorrow, across parts of the southeastern England as well. So it'll be one to keep an eye on that, but not as heavy as today's precipitation band. Snow showers up into the northeast. And then as we go into the evening through to Sunday, so you'll notice the snow is increasingly being forced back towards Scotland, England and Wales, who of course are suddenly mostly getting outbreaks of rain, which will then commence a thaw, and we'll start to see a lot of the snow and the ice beginning to wash away. This is high resolution arpège, but remember you can find a link to the weather outlook on the links page. Starting at 9 o'clock in the morning, so wintry mix in the far south, with a mix of freezing rain and snow. As we go through into the afternoon, there comes that second band of snow pushing northwards, getting to Wales and Midlands and parts of East Anglia too. It's not a particularly heavy band of snow, but it is very slow moving. As it gets to Wales and the Midlands, it kind of just sits there for several hours. So that's 5 o'clock this evening with the band of snow across Wales and the Midlands. That's 6 o'clock. It's not made any northward progression. That's 7 o'clock in the evening, that's 8 o'clock in the evening, that's 9 o'clock in the evening, that's 10 o'clock in the evening, just kind of sitting there through Wales, the Midlands and East Anglia. So, although it's not especially heavy snow, it is persistent, and so the snow totals are likely to clock up with that, and it could well produce another 10 centimetres for some areas. Into the early hours, it does start to push a little bit further northwards, and as it does so, it's fizzling out and becoming lighter and patchier, of course, tomorrow morning as it gets in towards northern England. And then we bring another band of rain, quite showery in nature, up from the south. And that's proper rain. It's not sort of freezing type rain. That's pushing northwards as we go into the early hours of Sunday. And then we go through to Sunday morning, and we find that gradually it's more and more turning back towards rain Sunday and into Monday. Quite showery in nature, but away from Scotland anyway, the risk of snow will diminish as we get through into the early part of the end of the weekend, the early part of next week. That's the DWD Icon model. So again, we've got showery, sort of freezing rain and snow in the southwest at the moment. Heavy snow across Ireland, of course. We go into the afternoon. Here comes that second band of snow pushing northwards through Wales and Midlands into East Anglia. So again, it's a slow moving band. That's 6 o'clock in the evening. That's 9 o'clock in the evening. That's midnight. The snow is making no real progression as it gets to Wales and Midlands and East Anglia. It just kind of sits there, and so again the snow totals could clock up with that. In the early hours of through to tomorrow morning, it does push northwards and begins to fizzle out as it does so. Then it's trying to bring that second band of precipitation up through the course of tomorrow afternoon. Rain in the south as that's getting towards Wales and the southern part of Midlands. There is a bit of a suggestion of snow then. Won't be as heavy as today, but maybe a little bit more possible through tomorrow afternoon and evening across parts of Wales and the Midlands. There might be a bit of freezing rain in with that. Then we go through into Sunday and Monday, and it looks like we're going more again towards rain. Notice it's staying pretty cold across Scotland though. Even on Monday and Tuesday, there's still quite heavy snow being suggested there for Scotland. So as I said, it's going to take a very, very long time to get any less cold or milder air up to Scotland. Even the early part of next week could be more snow up there. Then finally, Euro 4, this is from Weather Online. You can find a link to Weather Online on the links page. So this is how things are looking at midday. Heavy snow focused on Ireland. A wintry mix down in the south and the southwest. We go through to 6 o'clock in the evening. There's that band of snow through Wales and Midlands to parts of East Anglia, also possibly into southeastern England as well. Does look fairly moderate in nature. The pink colours are pretty dark, so some of that could actually be quite heavy. I thought most of it was likely to be light, but some of that snow could actually be quite heavy sitting there through Wales and the Midlands. It's still there at midnight, made no real movement north, so I mean that's like 6 hours of persistent snow that we've got there through Wales and the Midlands into East Anglia. So expect the snow totals to clock up this afternoon and this evening. By 6 o'clock in the evening, that band of snow, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, I should say, it's been a very, very long week, I have to say, so I'll be glad when we begin to thaw out and I can get back to normal with the rate of videos that we're doing at Gaz Weather Vids. But 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, we find that band of snow pushing northwards. It's becoming weaker as it moves in towards northern England, a bit of a wintry mix still left in the southwest. Midday tomorrow, so light snow through Scotland. There's still snow showers across eastern Scotland. Light snow through northern England. Still a bit of a wintry mix hanging around the Midlands, parts of Wales actually. It all becomes light and patchy through the course of tomorrow evening. And that's as far as we can go. Euro 4 midnight on Sunday. Snow showers and snow flurries for Scotland, northern England. Mainly dry to further south. Rain beginning to push in towards the southwest. And through Sunday, we can expect that rain to start drifting northwards and commence the thaw. So we've got more snow to come this afternoon and this evening, particularly through Wales and Midlands, probably East Anglia, maybe down to southeastern England as well. It's a slow-moving band of snow, so we could get quite a dumping in those areas, to be honest, if this model output is right. A lot of it will be wetter than was the very dry snow that we had yesterday. But nevertheless, it'll probably clock the totals up quite a bit more through those areas. Through the weekend, we're going to find that very gradually less cold air starts to filter up from the south. And so for England and Wales, by Sunday, we should be mostly towards rain. With anything coming out of the sky. Although for Scotland and probably North East England, still very cold right way through to the start of next week with a risk of some more snow possible up there. Right, so that's brought you up to date with all the developments in terms of the snow. Today's second video will be with you early this afternoon. That'll be on the homepage, and it's going to be JMA Friday, having the month-end look ahead, as it was on a Friday. And then we'll round it all off towards the end of this afternoon with a look at weather for the next week to 10 days. And we'll discuss a little bit about what's happened over the past week as well. All right, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.